Today is World No Alcohol Day. Yeah, we've destroyed that. Fuck that off.
No, it isn't. I thought it was National Mental Disease Day or something. Here's a couple of things.
It's a couple of things.
It's 365 days a year, and they had to make today an alcohol day.
Bullshit.
It's not fair.
Fuck off. No, I refuse to listen to that.
What if it's your only day off a week, which it is for you?
Well, it is for me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Not fair.
Punch him right in the dick hole. Hello.
G'day, I'm Dean.
I am Mick.
And we're 1.5 souls. Alright, going straight into it with the news topic of the day, which is sexual allegation in the media and entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm.
So, since Rolf Harris and Bill Cosby from years ago have been, exposed as major rapists and
pedophilia,
child molesters and molesters in general.
Yeah.
It's just been blowing up in the media the last year or so. Yeah.
It's snowballed.
And people in the Australian entertainment industry as well as America as well as being claimed as molesters from years, 20 to 30 years ago.
I was going to say a little while ago, but yeah.
And it's just coming to light now because it's a hot topic and there's a lot of media coverage and So Don Burke from Burke's Backyard.
Yeah.
He was
he's just recently.
Yeah, only this week. There was claims against him harassing co-stars or people that were featured on the show, and also the Harvey Weinstein. That was a huge thing because he was a producer for the Weinstein Company for almost 30 years or so, and he's brought out so many great films, like a lot of Tarantino films and Robert Rodriguez films, as well as a lot of fine art house films like Good Will Hunting and just so much stuff.
Also,
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, that's the thing too, is also like the talent that he's trying to put through and all that.
Yeah.
All the allegations coming out, like Jennifer Lawrence is one of them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them are just.
Rose McGowan. There's so many.
A lot of them. A lot of them. It's really sad. Like it's really, really sad to hear and see.
Yeah.
And it's like even big name actors such as like Kevin Spacey.
We couldn't believe that. I had so much respect for that guy. He's one of the greatest actors of all time.
All time. Like top 10.
Yeah, top 3 for me. Top 2. But a lot of people will probably cut him from the list now because of a lot of things that happened in the past.
Well, you were saying just before that he struggled a lot with himself, coming to grips with who he is, who he was.
It's like he kept his true personality in the closet. Not only his sexual personality, but just his true self.
Yeah.
He had it locked up for years, and because of all the sexual allegations against all these entertainment mongrels, it's come to light that apparently he molested an acting friend of his son. At a very early age, back in the 80s, back before he was even a big star or anything like that. And it's all these scenes coming from 20 to 30 years ago, which, I do believe there is a lot of true people that have been exposed to this despicable behaviour and that they've had traumatic life experiences throughout and they haven't been able to live their life properly since.
Saying that there are some that are just in it for their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many people. I'm like, if it had happened so many times through all those years, you'd think that
one.
Yeah.
But in saying that too, as we said,
they would have brought it to light.
I truly believe that they would have. But as we said, these are allegations, and you can't go around and say this is the gospel truth, this is blah blah blah, because we still don't know. But
we still need a lot of proof and evidence to come forward.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's not looking good for them.
No.
In the evidence that's given.
There's so many. It's too many to talk about. But, if anyone. It doesn't have to be someone famous that's only been focused on in the media. If somebody is doing this sort of stuff to you from your family, from the past, please let someone know now. There is a lot of help out there. Go and seek help straight away. Don't let it fester up inside and make you a lesser person because of stuff that was out of your control that happened to you.
You cannot blame yourself for what someone else has done to you.
Go out and expose them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the best thing to do. Like, it's going to be hard, but you do have help and support out there.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing to learn.
Yeah. And that's our hot topic news for the moment. Hard stuff to deal
It's
with.
very, very hard stuff to deal with.
Yeah.
But let's try and get onto a bit of a lighter note that, 1.5 souls is.
Yeah.
We are funnily enough, we still are 1.5 souls. Like, he's a half, I'm one. And
Yeah. Oh, I miss you, Tony. I'll put little ginger man.
Gingerbread
man. Sorry. We do love you, Tony. Miss you. Hope you're having fun in Brisbane, mate.
Yes, enjoy
your new job and all that.
Enjoy money. Enjoy time with money.
Wink, winch, nudge, nudge, say no more. Anyway, 1 hot minute of music. So we've decided to do a segment called 1 hot minute of music. He picks a band or a song that he really digs,
Stuck in the head.
and I pick one, and we have 1 minute to talk about it and give a little bit of a demonstration from YouTube or something.
Try and do it in a minute.
Yeah.
At the present time, I'm really digging the band Attila.
Oh yeah.
They're a heavy thrash metal,
Death metal and those sort of stuff.
Yeah,
like really heavy.
They've got the growl,
the
but yeah, it's kind of like that new metal. So it's got like the clean vocals, but it's also got the growls. Heavy sound. Warning: there is a bit of devil worship, and there is a little bit of obscene language. But if you listen and watch us, then you're used to that.
On that sort of shit.
But this is Attila called 3-6.
Turn that shit up!
That bass line, I gotta say, when I first heard that bass line, I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but,
so that was 3-6 from
3-6 by Attila. Yeah.
Nice, awesome work, man.
Thank you.
And the band that I've been listening to lately is Architects. This is their new song, Tuesday. I've been listening to this a lot on Triple J, featured on Australian radio, he's making Triple J. Like awesome riffs, and yeah, it's like this new metal, like hardcore metal sort of stuff. It's a bit like, I think it's a bit like these guys.
Mice and Men, I would say.
Mice and Men, yeah. Nice. So if you're a fan of that sort of stuff, yeah, check this out. Yeah, I just love it, like, something hardcore, and then they slow it right down.
Remembering how it frozen over.
His vocals, I really like his vocals. Really nice.
Rising all around me.
Got some awesome tattoos as well.
There is nothing left.
I haven't heard too much from them before, but a lot of my mates have told me to check it out, and I finally heard this song on the radio. I'm like, alright, yeah.
They say the gods are young. No use in saying what it's done. It's done. This is not enough. Now I would like to fly. It's like a brand new Tuesday.
Yeah, so that's Doomsday by Architects. Check out the music and enjoy. That was our 1 hot minute music.
I think we did that pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think we did that.
That was pretty close to a minute each. Now, you were saying there was another segment you wanted to do.
Yes.
It involved music as well.
Yes, it did. Yeah, it was segueing. If you haven't guessed, we're trying to be more professional, so we're actually having to try and have segments. Trying is the key word. We're not really, but we're trying.
Yep.
I was thinking about albums or songs that basically have stuck through you from when you first heard them back in like either your childhood or teenage years, or just something that's really resonated with you that you might even listen to now, but something that's really stuck with you that might bring back a little bit of nostalgia or put you back in a memory where you're like, oh man, I remember this. It was such
like
a good
an
time.
album that started your love of music. Pretty much.
Either an album or a song. Like it doesn't have to be a whole album, but it could be just like one song and you're like, oh man, I need to listen to this there. But yeah, that's I don't know. I was just going back down nostalgia. But,
classic albums. Well, one that I can pretty much remember is probably Metallica's Black Album.
Yeah.
Because there, like, nearly every single song on that album is amazing. and so good. Like from Sad But True to The Unforgiven, and bloody Enter Sandman.
Do you like?
Video hits. You know, you put video hits on Saturday morning, and you look at all the stupid pop stuff that you know. There's still the pop stuff back in the day when we were kids and all that. That's still awesome, by the way. Backstreet Boys, fuck yeah. But yeah, and then this video clip came on. It was very black and dark, and the riff started, and then it starts, I'm like, fuck yeah. And like, even though it's been played so much on commercial radio and all sorts of stuff, it's still such a great song from an amazing album. And yeah, one of my karaoke favourites as well. But yeah, Black Album for me. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Metallica.
Well done, well done. Well, they're the big four.
Oh yeah.
They're the big four. So
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
They're the best of the four. That's my opinion. That's a big call.
That's a really big call, dude.
Yeah. Nah.
Talk about big calls. Mine's going to be Linkin Park.
Yeah.
And I would say Meteora over Hybrid Theory. I know.
They're both amazing albums.
I know they are.
I love both of them back to back. Just that's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I love it.
It takes me back. But Meteora, to me, I love Hybrid Theory. That got me into Linkin Park. But then Meteora come out and they had changed, but they changed in a way to me that made them better. Like they had songs on there that, like, I know that album from start to finish, and I know every word to every song from start to finish.
Yeah. Because
that album, there was just something about that album that just made you stop and listen to it, and you were just like, this to me was what got me into the music that I'm into right now.
Yeah.
Like to me, it kind of, especially like songs
gateway
like,
drug.
Yeah, pretty much. Like songs like Somewhere I Belong. That to me, that was a song that it rivaled in the end. And that was
amazing songs.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, to me, Meteora would be my album that really put me on the path that I'm on now.
Nice. No, awesome, man.
Yeah.
This week, I caught up with someone I went to school with, and he's got an awesome hobby / interest now.
He makes swords!
He makes fucking swords! So I've been talking with an old mate from high school, and he's been trying to get me out to his place at Boulder Cone to show me what his new hobbies are, and I thought I'd go out and check it out. Hi, I'm Dean from 1.5 Souls, and I'm here with Toby, and he makes and creates his own swords. We went to school ages ago, but yeah, it's been a while. I've gotten wider, you've gotten thinner. So, tell me a bit about your project.
This is just basically a hobby. All my life I've had a few various jobs. I like to try and expand my career and get out there and do a lot more things than usual. Like, for instance, I've been meat worker a long time now, pretty much everything in the meat industry, and that led me to sharpening knives, because like, I don't know about many people, but I was one of those little kids that was the knife fanatic, stuff like that. But that led me into knives, and then I got out of that for a while, and I went into the panel beating industry, and then that sort of led me into upholstery and stitching and all sorts of things like that, leatherwork and that. And then after that I skipped out of that, went to machinery driving, then skipped out of that, and now basically I'm trying to combine the metal working industry, metal fabrication, which is the oldest thing in the book. Because when you think about it, everything that was ever made needed a blacksmith to make a tool to do the job or something like that, whether it was someone just shaping a chisel or whatever. They were technically a blacksmith, an engineer. So that's what I try to combine that, and I find a lot of blacksmiths and that they have to make their stuff, and they don't have the heavy hand and the delicate hand, and they have to make their things, and then they have to pass on to someone to finish or something like that, where combining the skills of stitching and upholstery.
Do you like draw out the plan before you do it?
I've got a big gloss here, a big book, sort of like a Da Vinci sort of book.
You've done everything on the
sword?
sword?
I've done everything on the sword. It's just, it all comes down to, I like to repurpose stuff. I like to know that the blade is proper, but then everything else on it is just decoration, as long as it's strong. And like people don't care that you've reused a piece of stainless pipe and you've reforged it and welded it and made a, you know, a sabaki or an end cap or something like that on a hand. They don't care about that because they know it's strong stainless pipe, and that's what the samurais would have used if they had access to it. You know, they don't care that I've used industrial glue and not animal glue or something. Yeah, they think because that's better. I like to try and use it traditional style, but make it a tactical thing, so you don't have to unwrap it and wash it.
Yeah.
You can just, you know, wash it up the hose, let it dry in the sun, wipe with oil, and it won't go rusty. And it's good.
So where do you usually source out your steel? And
anywhere I can. And you never know. If like I found this piece of railway line that I used as an anvil, just because she's nice and flat. I don't even have a proper anvil. Never had proper anvils, but you find stuff here and there, and when you're mowing, and you find bits of steel, like bits of string, and it's pretty easy just to go down to the car records, and you can get a big list of everything that contains high carbon steel. So for instance, there's things out there that you wouldn't even dream you could use to make a knife. Like for instance, every time you put your foot on the brake in the car, that brake pedal is made of high carbon steel. It's got to be to set standards because no one wants their brake to bend when they're jumping on it as hard as they can, right? Have you ever heard of a brake pedal snapping or bending? No matter how hard you jump on that thing, it won't break. So you got to think that's going to make a decent knife. The best knife that you could ever make, as long as its purpose was for cutting meat or vegetables or something like that, the best knife you could ever make would be as hard as glass. You don't want it to bend. You don't want the edge to run out. You want it to be sharp forever. Right? So you basically want it like glass. But that means that if you drop it, it breaks on the ground. So you can't have the best of both. Whereas you can't make a sword hard and flexible. But your sword it can. That's the chemistry of it, you know. Awesome. That's the mystery and the magic of it, really. It's like being a metallurgist sort of thing, and it's like you can control something that's the hardest thing anyone can think of. Like I've made big battle axes out of AR-15 bulletproof plate. Just for the fact that I know I've got this big battle axe there for one, and if someone shot at me, it will stop a bullet. You know what I mean?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And you've got a Facebook page.
Yeah, I've got a Facebook page, The Forging Dutchman.
That's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's easy to remember just because of the Flying Dutchman.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it was obviously that Davy Jones's ship, the Flying Dutchman, and then they made a locomotive train called the Flying Dutchman as well, and it was like a steam engine or something, and it was all made out of steel and that. And I just thought that's kind of fitting. I'm the Forging Dutchman, you know, because I'm Dutch. I
was just about to say your
last name's Van Egmond. My main ambitions was to be able to get more involved in the community, and when I get a bit better, I'd like to be able to have involvement with children down at school, and I like to see the grins on their faces when they're standing back and they're watching someone do something, explain something. And I think that it's the oldest tradition in the world is blacksmithing. It's the most essential thing. If ever all power ran out tomorrow, blacksmithing is the most essential thing. You know, Vikings didn't have a blacksmith. They were all blacksmiths. They all knew how to make themselves a knife. Shouldn't that be how it is? Made a couple of swords to just, I know for a fact right now they're overseas in those competitions where they attack each other and that with a big blunt sword, and they're to the quality of a normal sword, minus the edge. That's all it is. So really, when they finish dinging them up and smashing them up, they can bring them back here, and I can make them into a brand new sword again, as long as they're not dinged up too much. Like, I've had to do just game competitions with them, and I went to a few shows with them, and basically made them like this knife and like that one, and put a point on them. And they were able to withstand stabbing into car bonnets and drawing a circle, pulling it out, and then cut paper still.
That's great.
So that's not too bad. Like I know that's rated to open the can of beans, just boom, straight through. So
nice. And what sort of prices do you have on most swords?
Well, I sell them cheap, see, because I can't really afford to be picky about it. See, it's a hobby and everything, but I want to make the extra cash because I'm using all these primitive tools and stuff, and I'd love myself a brand new belt sander because at the moment I'm using a thing I made, a contraption that's just got skateboard wheels and shit in it. And my forge is something I made out of bits of welded together plate steel, and this is probably the third one I've had now, and I just sort of get better as I make them, and it's primitive and everything, but it's all I need.
I mean, the end product speaks for itself. I mean, this is amazing, man.
Yeah, well, she's not too bad. She does have a few flaws in her, but that's just because of my primitive tools. Like if I had the big beast like sanders and stuff like that, the buffing machine, then I should be able to get like mirror finishes. Like even to the point where I've learnt how to do traditional Japanese wrap just because people want that.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just
They want.
some people want that, but it's not like something I would put on every handle.
Yeah, I mean, could come to quite a few $100s for something professionally looking.
Well,
where this is
normally, the way I see it, I've had a few Japanese katanas, and they're pinned with. They got the full tang down to about here, and they got 2 bamboo pins in them. And they just sort of bang through the tang. And I don't like that idea, so I make one run all the way through, and I weld a big stub in the bottom so it can't come out.
nice.
And then that's being woven with cotton, and then I've clear resined it, so it's basically plastic.
Okay.
So it's not going to get sweaty and rotten and nasty. But yeah, that's basically how I'm restricted to making swords. Some of these swords, I've got to cut like this whole spring in half and start with that wide, and then make it into the sword. Like all that bending, a traditional Japanese sword, they will forge them straight, and then when they quench it, it bends down and bends up.
Yeah.
So all that shape, I've had to eyeball that.
Yeah.
And straightness and everything like that. And
Very nice.
I've got a good eye for it. Like it's got almost what they call an invisible edge.
I feel.
She's a sharp one.
She is sharp. Ooh. I
Yeah.
just put my finger on it and my skin's come up a bit. As you said,
Very light.
kids love this sort of stuff, but you know,
Weighs
I'm a kid.
about 800 grams.
That's so cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, ooh, I was close to cutting myself.
The cases?
Just putting my finger on the
If
blade.
you're wondering what the case is just basically polypipe, what they use as water pipe.
Oh,
And it's the
okay.
thick stuff, so it's hard.
And you've
And I've had to shove it in the forge and actually forge the case and bevel it on one edge to make it curve, and I've actually shaped it all with heat and then drop it in a bucket of cold water so it sets that shape.
Yeah.
But that's how I pretty much make most cases for swords globally. That's just durable. That's plastic. Even when you would go put it in, like because this thing's so sharp, if that was wood and it was made a traditional way, like something like katana, if you give it to a layman and they get it and they ram it in like this, and then if it's wrong in any way, it splits the wood. Whereas this one, if it's wrong in any way, it just cuts into the plastic a little bit and guides it in anyway.
Yeah.
Similar to man at arms, man at arms sort of thing.
yeah.
But I would be more like, because I'm the only person around in Queensland really that would do it.
Oh,
into
okay.
this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And making this sort of thing anyway. It's like, I'd probably be the only one around, and everyone in Rockhampton would be a part of it. Anyone I know would be able to come out and make swords and that. It'd be
Hell
like
yeah.
a whole town event thing.
Yeah, you could do a workshop
It's the
and
only
everything.
one, really. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's great, mate.
And yeah, I do make them correctly. I don't stuff around. I bring them up to critical, what they call critical, because when you get it so hot that the magnet won't touch it no more, won't stick to it anymore. And then I quench it over here in this tank, this homemade tank I've got here. It's made out of an old tail shaft. That's full of straight vegetable oil. It's the best thing you can
righto.
quench it into. Basically, when it heated up to critical temperature, all the molecules in the steel are floating around, and then when you quench it into the cold liquid or semi-cold liquid, it all sucks back to tight again, and then it'll become basically like hardened, what they say, hardened. But then after that, you've got to temper it in an oven. You've got to basically cook it at 250 degrees Celsius for like an hour, like a cake, until it turns golden, and then that's the right temper, and that means it won't. If you dropped it on the concrete, it shouldn't shatter. It'll have a tiny bit of flex in it.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
still hard as a rock, sort of thing. I start off with these raw, just straight. These are 5160 truck springs.
Yeah.
And they're old used ones, so I know that there's no cracks in them because they've come off something that's been driving out for 20 years.
You're right.
Jumping up and down on this thing, because it's proper spring steel, it's all spring. Like bow and arrow, that one. But yeah, I end up cutting them all, getting them to start off with them, cut the ends off them, start off with a piece like that. Then I'll get it down to a piece like that. This is a Viking sea axe that I'm working on. I've got the rough shape of it.
Yeah.
The next step would be to have it held down and beat a bevel all the way along it to give it an actual hammered bevel, not just ground in.
Oh,
and once
okay.
you got that bevel down to about thick as a 10 or 5 cent piece, then you know she's good for a quenching. So you can then you bring it over and you get your rough shape exactly how you want it, because that's after you do this process, it's going to be hard as a rock.
Yeah.
So you want to get it pretty much how you want it to start with. You heat it up to critical. I can't really get things hot in this forge because it's so small. You've got to go in and then drag it back and drag it in, and it's almost like a critical thing. If you were to get most of this blade red hot, and then some of the little patches aren't red hot, as soon as you quench it in oil, that's when it wants to twist around and because it's not consistent.
Yeah.
So other bits will harden and some bits won't. So I have to end up bringing her out to this forge here. It's just a make pit thing. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Dig a little trench in the ground. Get yourself a piece of pipe that's closed on one end. Cut slits into it. Pump your air through this end, and you lay your charcoal or your wood on top, and you light a fire. And you just got to blow air through it. You get 1,000 degrees. You can lay your whole sword down on top of it.
Oh wow.
Get it to critical. Like once I get her up to the point where nothing will stick to a magnet, bring her straight over here and then down into that quench pipe.
Right.
And she fire flies out just like on TV. They've gotten down to the sort of sharpish level where pretty much like that.
Yeah.
And then you can grind it out, get it a good edge. Once you've got a good edge and you've got a semi-decent polish on it, like you don't want it too polished, because then you want to stick that in the oven until it gets a nice golden colour.
Oh yeah.
Like this one's still got a bit of a golden colour to it because we never bothered polishing it up after that because it already had a decent edge. It's never lost its edge, and this has been the test knife. Yeah, like this fella here, he sticks it in stumps.
Yeah.
Bashes it with a hammer. So,
Bash that one, but the other one I did with
but yeah, they're tough blades. I try and trick. They're all basically, if they're not made out of that spring steel, they're made out of something else I trust, because you can always hit a grinder on it and you can tell what the metal is by the sparks.
Oh okay.
Little normal sparks is just normal yellow sparks is mild steel. Red sparks is cast, like a cast frying pan or something.
Oh,
and then if you get sparks that fly out and then they explode again like little fireworks, that's the carbon content, so that'll be carbon steel. And the shorter they go before they explode means the more high carbon they are.
Oh right.
Because they'll shoot out like a firework until it burns out and then goes pop. Like that. So but if it's got a lot more carbon in it, it'll go shoot less and go pop because it's got less iron.
Oh okay. No, nice.
Once they got to that process, then you clean them up. You can either drill holes, or while it was still hot before you hardened it, you can punch holes into it. And you get basically something like that. I got to usually just get some rosewood planking and put it all on, and I get the nice textures with the homemade belt sander that I made.
Yeah. Very nice.
Just out of skateboard wheels and that, and that'll be guaranteed there to, open a can of beans without a problem.
Oh no.
I've made I try to make every ethnic sword I can, really, just so I can get a feel. I don't see as any sword being better than any other sword, because they're all purpose for the particular thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is one of the Wakasaki that I made. It's made out of the same sort of steel, out of spring steel, and it's hardened to a point where it's just a little bit springy. But if you bend it too much, you would snap, because that's just what they do. But it's hardened, it's proven. Cut through anything more than a broomstick, something like that, it'll just cut through it and not a problem, sort of thing.
No.
I'll just start drawing designs and different.
Toby was kind enough to show me some of his sketches of some of the sword designs he's done from scratch. And they go from sifts to classic knight swords to all sorts of stuff. Battle axes, futuristic fantasy swords. He's got quite a keen eye on design. He's a great artist.
I'm gonna make some sort of fantasy swords one day. I'm into that. It doesn't cut things, and it's just to look like costume or whatever. I'm into that.
Awesome designs.
Well, here's a design I did for a homemade power hammer, one of a kind. No one's got anything like this.
Oh,
this is
okay.
my own thing, but it's basically mine. But yeah, it's just a weight on a spring. You have a little lever and you pull up and down on it. It drops the big weight up and down. So you don't have to hammer nothing.
Yeah.
I try and do a bunch of these sort of hooky things, a bit like Freddy Claus.
Oh yeah.
And I was going to get a glove, a welding glove, bright red, and I'm going to glue them all onto it. So you've got the metal rings that go over your fingers, so you slide your fingers in the glove, and it will be a proper big Freddy Claw.
Oh wow.
handle, and I've already started a little taper on the tip. So I do all my swords, I bash in the bevels, and then once they get thin enough, then I'll grind them in. And this one I was thinking of doing a big blood groove deck. Bit of an El Cheapo. I'll use old stumps from whatever, as long as they're not treated with anything. This is ironbark, I assume. Hardwood from old sleepers, from railway sleepers and stuff like that. And I'll burn them down, and when I'm left burning them down, I end up with this like sort of black and charcoal-y sort of stuff mixture. And that's what I call special secret sauce. Give you our wait about 10-20 seconds until it starts getting reasonably hot. Basically want to cause like an inferno, like the fires of hell. I've seen that pumps air out to spray paint on the
Oh, okay, yeah.
Normally you have your paint gun attached to this end, and then when you have it going, and then when you activate your lever, it lets the paint out, sprays it on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Just ditch that attachment, made myself a homemade little valve here. Good on top of it. You can see how hot she gets already, eh? Look at that. I just stuck it on. It sort of holds the heat in like a furnace.
How hot is it getting at the moment? What degrees?
At the moment in there, right now, it's about 1300 Celsius.
Right.
So it's almost pretty damn hot. Like the 30th or so of the sun, the heat of the sun. That's why I can't really get into much cover. This will give you an indication of how hot it actually gets. This spring is like 1/4 inch thick.
Yeah.
Even just that long was enough to get it to welding heat, where the actual scale itself, the knife, it's losing its carbon content from the scale coming out of it, bleeding off the skin.
Yeah, right.
But that's about how hot you want it to work it. When you get it to welding heat, you can barely look at it. It'll go white and start going like a firework, fizzling at the end like that.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so we want our bevel on this side here.
Yeah.
What I like is I start off on the reverse side. It makes it a lot easier like that.
Righto.
You can start off with the tip and you work your way down. Be careful with hammer control, is you always hit the same spot and you move your object. You don't move the hammer.
That makes sense,
Right?
yeah.
Because when you're hitting with the hammer, you leave ripples in it.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
So when you flip it onto the flat surface and hit it again, it'll flatten those bevels out.
Okay.
And once you've got a decent bevel, then you can move on to a small hammer and sort out your creases.
Right.
Like that. When you hit, you're not hitting basically straight, you're almost getting it, you've got to pick this up on a bit of an angle,
Yeah.
and then you've got to hit down on it like a bit of an angle.
Right.
Like that. As you can see, it's already starting to bevel it.
Yeah.
It'll start ballooning out here, and it'll start arcing it back the more I go down it. Then I'll have to get it on here like this to straighten her out.
Oh, nice.
So the Japs do it anyway. Everything I've learnt, it's all YouTube.
This is so awesome. Thank you for your time today, mate. It's been too long. And check out the Forging Dutchman. Dutchman. You need custom orders as long as you're living around in the Queensland state of Australia. You can't really send much to the mail. Yeah. Oh, the damn, weapons in the mail thing. Weapons.
I hate to think that anything that I make would inflict harm or death upon any sort of living creature. I'm fully against that. If I knew that someone was using my stuff for that, they simply wouldn't be allowed to buy it, or if I could, I would take it off them. That's just a fact. Because you can't have violent things. I do this more for traditional purposes. There's no such thing as a war with swords anymore, right? There's no such thing. That's what football is. It's war with a ball. It is.
Awesome.
But that's the way I see it. The swords shouldn't be mistreated. They can be used, they can be held only for traditional purposes. You want to learn how to fight like a knight. You don't need to learn how to kill like a knight.
No, that's true. No, awesome.
Yeah.
No, thank you very much for your time today, man. It's been really informative and
That's great. Come back, film some more.
yeah,
we
man,
have a
for
go.
Sure. Love to come out. Yeah, I'll have a go sometime. I'll have to bring my earplugs next time, but
Yeah, you might need some earmuffs.
yeah.
So, yeah, but as long as you're safe, you can have fun. It's heat that no one really can experience, but they don't understand that it's so easy. You could be doing, if your neighbours didn't care about banging, you could be doing this in your backyard. There's nothing to stop you from doing it. Anyone can do it.
Forging Dutchman, yeah, check it out, Facebook. Yeah, no, awesome swords, man. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna have to buy some myself. You want one for Christmas? Hell yeah, I mean they're good prices.
I fucking know they are.
And they were sharp.
I was gonna say, you got to.
I did. All I did was place my finger on it, and yeah, you cut the skin.
Okay.
So that yeah, he can make them sharp or blunt for a movie or practice swords or anything. Like you can do anything. So yeah,
I like it. Yeah,
awesome. So that's Dean's cool. Well, 1.5 souls, cool people, cool hobbies.
Going off on a solo. Going for the nuts.
Wanted to talk about a drink, a beverage that I've been trying lately. It's called Little Fat Lamb Brewed, and they've got many different variety flavours. I've got tropical today, but I've also tried strawberry and lime. Fucking delicious. And
nice.
they've got it's amazing, man. I think it's a type of wine, so that's the type of alcohol they've used. But yeah, it's strong. It's 8% alcohol. And this bottle is 1.25 litre bottle.
Shit,
it's like almost 8 standard drinks. I got this for like $7 this bottle, so it's not bad. And yeah, I'm trying the tropical today, and it's not too bad at all.
That's the old Dan Murphy's adage: get fucked up for fuck all.
No, I didn't get this from Dan Murphy's. I think I got this from
Jesse Campbell. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, check it out or Google it. But yeah, I recommend it. It's really nice.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. I've got MMA news that's happening as we speak. Like at the time that we're recording this, I don't have a watch, but whatever time it is, you've got UFC 218, which is Max Holloway Jr. Max Holloway versus Jose Aldo Jr. The second fight, because Jose's trying to win his title back and Max Holloway is trying to defend his title for the first time. I don't know the results obviously because it's happening right now, but it should be a fucking barnstorm because you've got the co-main event, which is a heavyweight fight between Francis Ngannou and Alistair Overeem. Someone's going to get knocked out. It's that simple. Someone's going to get knocked out.
Nice.
Eddie Alvarez, I know, won his fight against an undefeated fighter. I can't pronounce his name. It's weird. But he was undefeated, 18-0 versus Eddie Alvarez, who's the former lightweight title holder who lost his title to Conor McGregor at UFC 205. Yeah. But I know Eddie Alvarez won that, I think, 3rd round flying knee. So well done, Eddie. Champion. Good to see you back on the right track.
Quick movie review that I know we've both seen. Justice League.
Yes.
Justice League's out at the moment. Another superhero movie, and it didn't do too bad. I thought it was all right. It's a hell of a lot more improvement than Batman vs Superman.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh yeah!
Hell yeah!
Yeah, Superman. A lot of people talk about everybody else, but I reckon Superman almost stole the show for me.
You reckon?
Yeah, I'm not going to say too much if you haven't seen it, but yeah, Superman sort of stole the show.
He's the OP. He's the OP.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's the guy you call in if you want something done quickly. You just where's Superman?
He's the Goku. The DC world.
It's slightly as annoying because you've got a situation where the world is going to be destroyed and Superman's here, and that's it. End of movie.
Yeah.
That's it, done. And it's like,
But yeah, Flash was hilarious. Aquaman was just the man.
He's a badass. Jason Momoa is a goddamn badass. Yeah. I know every girl, like, you look at Chloe and fucking Kaylee, you say Jason Momoa, and Kayla's like, she's gone red. But he makes Aquaman a badass.
Yeah.
Like, he makes Aquaman a badass. Okay, out of 5, what would you give it? Out of 5 popcorns, what would you give it?
5 popcorns. No, how about souls?
Souls? Okay, out of 5 souls. Because I'm going to suck 5 souls out.
It's between 3.5, I reckon. Between 3 and 3.5. It's close. It's not that bad, but it still had room for improvement. I want to really see the director's cut because Zack Snyder's films, the director's cut for them, they're always amazing. I love Watchmen, the 3-hour cut of that. Is fucking great movie. And Batman vs Superman,
the director's
ultimate cut of added an extra 30 minutes. It made it a much better movie.
Yeah, it did. That's true.
And yeah, he's just a bunch of films. I love Zack Snyder's films, and like he's been getting a lot of flack lately because he's tackling one of the biggest superhero franchises of all time. and he's doing all right.
He's
job,
not doing
I
too bad.
reckon.
He's not doing too bad.
Yeah.
I would agree. I'd go about a 3.5.
Yeah.
Like it was. I did enjoy it. Like I really did enjoy it for a DC movie. DC has always been that more grittier adult type comic book and movie, whereas Marvel is the more not airy fairy, but they've got more lightheartedness and all that in it. And they are serious,
But they are the funniest movies ever.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, we've got to get you to see Thor, man.
I know,
Honestly.
but
What?
Infinity War.
Infinity Wars!
The trailer
Oh,
dropped.
fuck yes!
You realise it broke the record for the most views in a single day.
240 million views in
It was
24
It
hours.
was insane.
It was crazy.
Holy shit! I can't get over just the amount of characters.
Yeah. Oh.
The amount of
and you don't
characters.
see half of them. You don't or you see very small segments of. You didn't see Ant-Man or the Wasp or anything like that.
But
or,
they have been confirmed in.
they're in there.
You saw Thanos for the
Yeah.
very first time.
Yeah. Oh, the memes that are created.
Oh,
from
God damn.
He does look like Homer Simpson. It's amazing. But yeah, oh man, on that note, I think we'll call it an end.
I think we will. Good on
Well, I think it was a great episode. Hope you think so too. And as always, please share, like, comment, whore us out, get us out there.
I've got one. Comment what you would like to see us do a skit of.
Yes.
Because we were talking about this before. We might do a live stream coming up.
Yeah.
We might do a live. But give us a skit idea. Please give us any skit idea. As long as it doesn't involve sex, we're pretty sweet.
Why can't we do sex?
Okay, we might do a little bit of the sex. Just a little bit, not too much.
Not real sex. We'll talk about it.
We can talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk
Talk about you and me. Yeah. Yeah. So suggest a skit, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Professionalism.